Between 15th and 17th century, the Renaissance happened in literature, music, art, architecture, and all kinds of intelligence. So let's see how it works first. I'm sorry, how it begins first. So during Middle Ages, the church had taught that mankind was not worthless in the eyes of God. So this era is called the Dark Ages. All kinds of culture and art were oppressed by the church, and artists were considered skilled craft workers. For the resistance of Middle Ages, the Renaissance came into the world. The word Renaissance means rebirth, and it refers to the revival of interest in ancient Greek and Rome's culture. That is one of the key characteristics of the period. Renaissance humanists believed in the pursuit of knowledge for its own sake. And there are many of artistic techniques developed by the Renaissance masters. Perspective, which is creating an implied space on the two-dimensional surface, and chiaroscuro, which is modeling mass drawing based on lightness and darkness, close observation of nature, the study of anatomy, theories of beauty and proportion. So these established painting, sculpture, mathematics. So artists were no longer mere craft workers. And the Renaissance arose in Italy. Here. And why did Renaissance begin in Italy? Can you guess? Can you guess the reason? Any reason will be fine.
Michelangelo?
Very good guess. Yes, yes, the artist. Very good. What else? Why Italy?
Yeah, because of the material.
Can you speak up?
I said because of material, what they have to do, the artwork.
Artwork. Yes, yes.
In Rome, right? And Rome started art in ancient history.
You said Rome?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. They have Rome. Yes. Very good. Include Rome. They have two more reasons. Mm-hmm.
The church? No.
That was the church. You got one more reason. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's another reason. So the first reason is that Italy has the powerful city-states, so which was engaged in extensive trade. So and banking had developed it. So their economic system was stable. So through history, most of culture were flourished when they had stabilization of economy. So money can make culture. And the second reason is church. Yes, church. The church in Italy was an important patron of the arts, and it was centered in Italy as well. And the last reason is the ancient Rome. So Italians had long lived in the ruin of ancient Rome, and they viewed themselves as the direct descendants of the citizens of the earlier. So these three factors made that the earlier and high Renaissance are developed in Italy. So now we will see the great masters of the Renaissance. And there are three masters. And the first master we are going to see is Leonardo da Vinci. So Leonardo da Vinci was a painter, sculptor, poet, architect, engineer, scientist, musician, and all-round intellectual. Leonardo da Vinci is the artist who most embodies the term Renaissance man. So many people consider him to have been the greatest genius who ever lived. He was possessed of a brilliant and inquiring mind that accepted no limits. He was very interested in human body like skeleton, muscles, organ, etc. He anatomized dead bodies to study skeletal system, muscle, and even organs and pregnancy. So this is the last spur by Leonardo da Vinci. He depicted the consternation that occurred among the 12 apostles when Jesus announced that one of them would betray him. Leonardo da Vinci used perspective technique to show an implied space on the two-dimensional surface. In this painting, he used one-point linear perspective with vanishing point on the center of the implied space. This is a good perspective technique for compacting many objects in a limited space. And these are sketches to study one-point perspective by Leonardo da Vinci. And this is a drawing to show the one-point perspective with the human body proportion. And this is Mona Lisa, which is an old painting, oil painting on a wood panel by Leonardo da Vinci. So probably the world's most famous painting. The painting was one of the first portraits to depict the cedar in front of an imaginary landscape, and Leonardo was one of the first painters to use aerial perspective. Behind her, a vast landscape recedes to icy mountains, a winding path, and a distant bridge give only the slightest indications of human presence. Leonardo had chosen to place the horizon line not at the neck, but on a level with the eyes, thus linking the figure with the landscape and emphasizing the mysterious nature of the painting. And the next master of the Renaissance is Michelangelo. So Michelangelo is beyond legend. His name means Archangel Michael. He began serious work as an artist at the age of 13 and did not stop until that claimed him 76 years later, and his equal may never be seen again. For only a particular time and place could have bred the genius of Michelangelo. And Michelangelo was Leonardo's rival, and he began his career in Florence, but also worked in Rome. Michelangelo had established his reputation as a sculptor by the age of 25. The David statue is not a simple restatement of Greek art. He studied human anatomy and had dissected corpse. He translated this knowledge into a figure that seemed to be made of muscle and flesh and bone, and though all in marble. This is marble. Can you believe it? It looks real.
Yeah, check out the six pack.
Yeah. And look at this. This is painting, a fresco painting on the ceiling. This is amazing. Michelangelo did that for 2 to 3 years. And Michelangelo embarked on the masterpiece that had become his best known work, the ceiling frescoes of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican in Rome. And he had been called to Rome by Pope Julius II, who wanted the artist to design his tomb, a large monument with numerous sculptures and paintings. And these are all the Bible's stories. And there is a video in with the details stories in the module room, and please watch it for your understanding because it has lots of stories. It's going to be really fun. So the ceiling fresco, so this ceiling fresco painting were immediate success, and Michelangelo continued as papal favorite. So Pope Paul III encouraged the sculptor to work as an architect. In 1546, Paul named Michelangelo the official architect of the new St. Peter's, one of the 4 most important churches in Rome. By the time he began work on the project, Michelangelo was an old man, well into his 70s, and physically tired. But his creative vigor was undiminished. But Michelangelo did not live to see his church finished. And the magnificent central dome, this, was complete after his death by another architect. He couldn't see that. So there is a video to show the beautiful church in the module room. So please watch it to see the inside and outside of the church in detail. Please watch it, which is really beautiful. And the last master is Raphael. So he was a slightly younger rival of Michelangelo, His work is admired for its clarity of form, ease of composition, and visual achievement of the Neoplatonic ideal of human grandeur. Looks familiar with this painting, right? So this is Raphael's the most famous painting, The School of Athens. This painting is in the new St. Peter's Church, which was the Michelangelo's last work. The nearly every great Greek philosopher is present in this work, including the two main subjects here located at the fresco's central vanishing point, Plato and his student Aristotle. Some of the ancient philosophers resemble Raphael's contemporaries. In one of his earliest work, Raphael painted three of the graces from classical mythology. And this painting is best known for the two winged angels at the very bottom of the composition here. The Sistine Madonna is an oil painting that was commissioned in 1512 by Pope Julius II for the Church of San Sisto. And upon its completion in 1512, this rendering of Pope Julius II was unlike any previous papal portrait. And usually, popes were painted frontally or kneeling in profile. The Pope was not frontally and not in profile. And also, exceptional was the facial expression and showing the subject lost in thought. And this oil painting was produced in 1505 in Venice. Madonna del Prado exemplifies a religious theme. It depicts Mother Mary with Jesus Christ and John the Baptist. In this painting, Mary is guarding the two children compared to the previous two masters. Raphael's paintings are very soft and smooth, and it makes viewers feel comfortable to see. So scholars generally date the end of the High Renaissance in Italy to that of Raphael in 1520. Of the various artistic trends that emerged, the one that has interested art historians most is known as Mannerism. So, let's just skip this. So the late Renaissance is the late Renaissance in Italy is called Mannerism. The word mannerism comes from the Italian maniera, meaning style or stylishness. And it was originally used to suggest that these painters practiced on art of grace and sophistication. Later critics characterized mannerism as a decadent reaction against the order and balance of the high Renaissance. So today, most scholars agree that mannerism actually grew out of possibilities suggested by the work of high Renaissance artists, especially Michelangelo, whose influence on the next generation was enormous. So look at the left images. So these are Michelangelo's ceiling paintings from the Sistine Chapel in Vatican. So compared to the other two masters, like the Leonardo da Vinci or Raphael, the Michelangelo's painting style is more exaggerated. And now look at the right painting. So this is Mannerism painting from the late Renaissance. So it's pretty much persuaded that Mannerism grew out of Michelangelo's style, right? So compared to the art that came before it, works in the late phase of the Renaissance are often depicted in Mannerism, which tends to feature compositions that are more chaotic and emphasize movement and possesses greater emotional intensity. And the successes of the high Renaissance could not be revived. Leonardo, Raphael, and Michelangelo were thought to have achieved perfection in the arts. So artists were faced with the predicament of where to go from there. So in reaction, instead of harmony, many artworks stressed dissonance. So distortion and disproportion were intentionally used to emphasize certain anatomical features and themes. Rather than mathematically precise depictions, artists created ambiguous spaces with multiple focal points like this. And the Renaissance became widespread in North Europe. There is a video about the Renaissance in the North Europe in the Moodle room, so please watch it to see diverse and beautiful Renaissance work of art. So I hope you enjoy to see the Renaissance masters' beautiful work of art through this chapter. All right. So that's it for this chapter. Okay. So let's see today's discussion. So please go to week 11. So here's today's discussion. So here's today's topic. So there are three masters of high Renaissance, such as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, and compared these three masters' work styles and write which artist's work preference, okay? And for your understanding, I posted the links on the three masters' work styles here. You can watch the videos. Oh, some already posted here. Any question about the discussion? No? Okay. And we have assignment by next Sunday. So which is art museum research.
Professor, it's not the Sunday coming up, it's the Sunday after that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Next Sunday, not this Sunday. So by November 22nd. So which is a virtual art museum, visiting virtual art museum. So you can go to the Google Art and Cultural Collection. So here's the link. When you click that link, you're gonna see here Google Art and this is not the home. Okay, so you will see lots of art museums in the world. Just choose one of them and take a look at it. Just enjoy the art pieces and write the assignments following this paper rule. Okay, and the third page is the most important, and you must write the page with your world. Okay, that's all. And do you have any question about this?
No.
No.
I never got discussion 10.2.
Oh, Retha, do you still have? Give me 1 second. Let me just send. Did you send them the email again? You should keep sending the email to them.
They don't respond. Nobody is responding.
I know, but you should.
I think
keep
that
sending them.
they added what they added, but they do it individually. Like they added 11.1, but I don't see 11.2. Like they don't add the whole thing. I don't know. I'll email them again today, but they don't respond. Every time I email them, they don't respond. So I don't have 10.2 discussion.
Okay, can you share your screen? Because you're the host now.
How do I share my screen?
Okay, on the